Today we're making a lunch bowl with wakame, buckwheat, quinoa and egg. Yes, I know, lots of unusual ingredients, but don't be alarmed. You'd be amazed at how easy they are to cook. You can buy good buckwheat at any Eastern European store. Unfortunately, buckwheat sold in the bulk aisle of Whole Foods is terrible, but the Poconos brand that Whole Foods carries is not bad. I'll measure out 2/3 of a cup of buckwheat. Picking through it is optional. I usually do out of habit. If you encounter any groats still covered with the black shell or something that doesn't look like buckwheat, discard it. Since quinoa and buckwheat require the same amount of water and cooking time, it's fun to combine them. I'm using 1/3 of a cup of quinoa here. But of course you can stick to just one grain. Well, technically they're seeds, but we're using them as a grain. Let's set the pot over high heat. Add 1 tablespoon of olive oil and cook stirring for a couple of minutes until the grains are aromatic. This step is completely optional for quinoa, but for buckwheat, this step is necessary to keep the grains from clumping into a mushy mass after cooking. We have 1 cup of grain, so we need 2 cups of water and some salt. I'm using 2 teaspoons because mine is Diamond Crystal Kosher, but for table salt, only use 1 teaspoon. Stir the pot to distribute the salt, cover, and bring to a boil over high heat. Don't open the lid, but watch the pot carefully. When the first whiffs of steam start to escape, turn down the heat to low. On electric stove, move the pot to another burner preheated to low and set the timer for 25 minutes. When the timer goes off, take the pot off the heat, but don't open the lid. If you stir these grains right away, you get a mush. But let them rest for 30 minutes and they'll become light and fluffy. Now let's talk about wakame. The only place a non-Japanese person is likely to encounter this seaweed is in a miso soup. But today I want to show you a preparation I encountered in Spain that knocked my socks off. Wakame can be sautéed in olive oil or butter, just like kale, Swiss chard, or spinach. Think about it. It's a vegetable you can keep in your pantry that requires no shopping, no washing, and no chopping. That's pretty cool. Dump a couple of tablespoons of wakame into a bowl. It looks like black tea. Cover with about 1 cup of lukewarm water, and 5 minutes later, it's huge and ready to use. But first we need to drain it and squeeze out as much water as possible. Normally I wouldn't dirty another bowl and would just drain it into the sink, but I was too lazy to move my camera. Set a nonstick pan over high heat and add 1 tablespoon of butter or oil. When the butter is bubbly, add the wakame and stir it around briefly. Then add the buckwheat and quinoa and stir to combine. Add a generous squirt of lemon, another tablespoon of butter, and stir it all up. Don't forget to taste for salt. This is your chance to fix it. And we're done. This dish is great on its own, but it's magnificent with a sunny side-up egg, a pinch of salt, and a drizzle of soy reduction. Who says you can't have vegetarian surf and turf? Buckwheat's earthiness and oceanic flavor of wakame make such a lovely juxtaposition, especially when it's all covered in the gooey egg yolk. For more fun ways to expand your repertoire beyond meat and potatoes, don't forget to subscribe to Helen's Kitchen channel. And if you're ever in the Boston area, maybe I'll see you in one of my classes.